Hi guys. Not long ago I was approached by a company named Moza, which is a company that produces these gimbals. This is called the Moza Air 2S. And to tell you the truth, I never heard about this company before, but that does not mean that it is not a well-known company. It's like I just don't follow things as much as I did. They asked if I could do a review on this gimbal, an honest review. They did not ask to look at the video before I publish it or anything like that. This is not a paid promotion. They did send me this gimbal. I did not pay for this gimbal. They sent me it, so for the purpose of reviewing it. So here we go. First of all, let me tell you that this video is not about teaching you how to use this gimbal or gimbals in general. Here I will just test this gimbal and give my opinion of if I think it's worth the $499 price tag they put on this gimbal. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up is it's heavy. It's shy of 2 kilograms, just the gimbal, but the build quality is excellent. It's strong, it's sturdy. There's not much plastic on it. I think it's just this here, but it's made of iron, and this is a good thing because when I pick it up, it feels like I'm holding something that it's built to last. And it can handle payload, the camera thingy with the lens and everything, the payload on the gimbal, up to 4.2 kilograms. Also, with lighter gimbals, they're just not as smooth. The motion will never be as smooth as the heavier ones. With heavy comes quality of movement. The lighter ones tend to get more jittery a little bit, that shows in the footage. So heavy is not necessarily bad. You do feel it. You do feel it after a while after you're holding it. That's not a problem with lighter gimbals, but just hold it with both hands and you should be fine. It is supposed to handle big, tall cameras like the Canon 1DX. I don't have that camera anymore, so I cannot test it, but I do have this setup here. This is an older camera I have. This is the Canon 5D Mark IV with the 24-70 lens. I'm using this combo because it's slightly heavier than the newer cameras that I have, and also there's no stabilization nor in the camera nor the lens. And also I ran into problems with mounting this setup on gimbals. It's because it's a little front heavy, and also when I use the zoom on other gimbals, I need to rebalance it. But the motors on this gimbal, they are strong, so they zooming it zooming it up to 70 is not a problem for this gimbal. The overall build of this gimbal is nice. It has the wheel here is in a nice position. There's a joystick here with the buttons and a trigger. You can do selfie mode. How you doing? And get it into like default position by double clicking it. And it has all the arm locks and stuff, everything you come to expect from a modern gimbal. You can there's a double plate system, so you can take the camera off and put it back on without having to rebalance the gimbal, which is really nice. And this tripod here, you can take it off and you can put it here, you can put it here, you can put it in a different location. Also, well, the thing is with any gimbal, there's always a position of the gimbal where you block the screen. Here is good, here is no good, here is kind of good, you know. So you can solve this with an external monitor. But the thing is, with this gimbal, it has like these little, you know, you can attach different stuff to it, like here or here. Let's attach this. You know, here you could put like a monitor on it, and also it has a cold shoe. You know, you can put something else, something lighter, maybe a microphone or something. This is nice. I like this because it doesn't require me to attach some stuff to attach on it, you know. So I do like this. This is kind of nice. And also you can put this, like I think I mentioned, the handle here, the tripod, you can put it here or here to hold it differently. That's cool. Like other gimbals, it does not help with up and down movement. This gimbal does not do that. So to get that smooth motion when you walk with the gimbal, you have to do the ninja walk. And if you want to run, you have to do the ninja run. It has all the features you should expect from a modern gimbal like this. It has, you know, follow, pan follow, full follow, inception mode, time lapse, you know, other stuff, all the basic stuff it has. Nowadays, this is given. Every gimbal has this. Question is, are the movements smooth? I did some tests, and to make it harder for the gimbal, I'm not using a wide angle lens, because the wider you go, the less movement you will notice in the final footage. So I'm using the 24 to 70, the focal length from 24 up to 70. And if you're at 70 or close to 70, the tiniest jittery in movements will be visible in the final footage. I have to say that this gimbal produces very smooth movement. It's very good. These video clips are not meant to be pretty. I'm just like, you know, manhandling the gimbal, looking for obvious weakness, but I didn't really find any. Sure, if you compare it to a high-end movie rig, you will see a difference. But for like $499 price tag they put on this gimbal, this is as good as it gets. You can actually control this gimbal with a smartphone, but you can also choose not to do this. It doesn't require a smartphone. Some gimbal do that, and I just can't stand this. I just don't like to have to use my smartphone for stuff like this. I prefer to have everything here. And with this gimbal, I can. Battery life is 20 hours, which is pretty good, and it takes only about 2 hours to charge him. You cannot remove the batteries and replace them with a fresh battery, which, you know, I prefer that, but you can hook up an external battery source, so you know you can do that, and you know, that should be fine. The only thing I did not really like with this gimbal was I found it a bit complicated to you know, switch between modes, and you know, it's not really intuitive. You know, well, you know, I never read the manual. I just go and shoot, and I don't recommend. You know, the way to avoid this is just to, you know, learn the functions before you go out. Do not go out and try to learn it on the fly. It's a bit confusing, and it can be quite frustrating. So, but this is not a deal breaker. It's just like I feel like it could be a little easier. This gimbal comes in this bag. This is a nice bag. It's the only problem is it's soft, you know, and so I have a few other gimbals, and they all come with hard case, and that's nicer to travel with. And I say all, like, how many do I have? I don't know, 5, 6, something like that gimbal. But I must say this is one of the nicer one I have. So the verdict, is this gimbal worth the $499 price tag they put on it? Yes, Absolutely. It has everything you could expect from a $500 gimbal. And more than that, everything it does really well. The motion is really smooth, it's responsive, and the only test I really can do with this is the test of time, because that takes time. But given my first impression, the build quality and just the overall feeling of the gimbal, I am confident that it will last long enough. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this. Goodbye.